or cover it up or something because this ain't it.
Yeah, that was ignorant. I'm so happy I didn't do that, bro.
No, you good. You good. Go ahead. Yeah, see now I'm about to make it serious. What made me not black out was because I was always like, I forgot who told me it, but it always stuck with me. They were like, so if you blacked out and you can't remember anything, if you're not in control, who's in control?
Exactly.
I was like,
yeah, I'm done.
That put me in a whole rabbit hole. Because I started learning about like what alcohol meant, where it comes from.
Yeah.
It really means demon. I was like, all right, I stopped doing it.
Yeah, that's why
you're
supposed to drink it in moderation. Bro, if you doing something that alters your mind, because alcohol makes you do things in a more aggressive manner.
Yeah.
People like, man, I'll just do it to have fun. But think about it, when you dance, you can't dance. You won't be on dance floor dancing like that if you wasn't, even if you're doing it just to dance, like, you still dancing. Why can't you dance like that whenever you don't have it in your system?
Exactly.
That's not you.
That's why God wanted me to stop.
Huh?
He was like, bro, no, God wanted me to stop, but he made my homie, God be speaking through people, and he do that.
Yeah.
My homie was like, because I was doing shrooms at one point, and then my homie
crazy.
was like, bro, what? The LSD, shrooms.
Oh, God dang.
I was doing LSD and weed at the same time.
I don't even know what that feel like.
Bro, that's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
You want to talk about spiritual experience.
Oh,
a whole
God.
different type of vibe. I had to cut all that out. That was high school days, though.
Damn.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling
you, I wasn't on that at all.
12th grade, every single day, every single day.
And proud too, huh?
Bro, I was chill, bro. I don't regret it because I don't want to say it didn't get me closer to God, but I found God there and he took me away from it.
Okay, that makes sense.
He opened my mind up a lot because I started learning a whole bunch of stuff during the time. But honestly, when I did it, I had straight A's and I never studied it.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like how you said, I wasn't thinking about this at 18. I was though. Like that's when I started doing that. My mind just opened. It was different. God was like, I'm about to show you something else. You not about to go this way. I'm gonna bring you this way. So I started seeing things differently. My mind was open. I'm like, bro. All right. So once I learned, like God made me learn. He's like, all right, now cut it out.
You got
But the way he made me cut it out was like, it was a cop. I think I told you that. It was a cop, and he like, long story short, he pulled up behind me. Like he had his lights on. I'm high. I smell like weed, and there's a pipe in my car. I said, I'm going to jail. I'm here thinking about my music career. I'm like, bro, is this worth it? Like, I was like, this ain't worth it. So like, that was the very first time I heard God's voice for the very first time in my life. It was that moment. And everybody's like, man, you was high. I'm like, no, bro. It was already coming down. I promise you. He was like, I need you to stop doing this. And this cop, he doesn't want you. I was like, God, you make him not take me. I promise you I'll stop. This is why everybody said, he was hard, bro. I'm like, no, listen to the story. After God told me that, I said, I promise I'll stop. The cop pulls up next to me, looks at me, and he drives off. After he pulled me over.
He didn't get out the car.
No, bro. He pulled me over, pulls up next to me in the car. Mind you, we sitting there for 5 minutes. You know, they scanning you. Pulls up next to me, looks at me, and he dips. Swear. I was like,
that's crazy. You did not tell me that story.
Bro, I went home, I threw all my stuff away. I called my, I said, y'all want this take? Bro, I mean, I had the grinder, I had everything you could think of. I had the bomb, had everything. I said, y'all take it, I don't want it. Changed my whole life, just like that.
That's crazy.
Bro, I did a whole 360. And after that day, I remember every day I got to school, they're like, bro, something different about like you glowing. I was like, that's God, bro.
For real though.
God, bro. Cause then my homie, that was when I was gonna get to my homie was like, man, all that stuff you using, he's like, you could achieve that in meditation and just praying with God. And I'm like, you know what?
It's true, bro.
So I'm just saying to say what you were saying. You know, you drinking all this stuff, you dancing, why you can't do that
without it? Yeah, without it. And I had to explain it to my brother because he was big on like microdosing. Yeah. So microdosing helps you learn more. Like, it's like taking Adderall, but you went another level with it. One, I don't believe in other, like, the worst thing I ever did was weed, bro. I ain't never did, well, I used to sip lean too, but not all the time. Like, I probably did it like 3 times. but I know how it feels. I know that feeling that everybody was chasing because it was a mellow. You don't want to do nothing. I just want to sit on this swing and swing. Like that's actually the time I did it too. Like I was at my homeboy house and he had like a tree swing, and I sip on it, bro, and I just sit there and swing. But I was like, bro, and I think what really what took me away from that was just the simple fact that I seen the people that was around me that was doing it and how the amount of money that they were spending on it. I'm like, bro, you could have bought like,
yeah, bro.
There was a time I was hungry, bro, and I never had money right in school. All my friends had money except for me. And I'd be like, man, they finna all go out to eat. But they'll go buy a bunch of weed. And I'm like, bro, I want to ask them, can you buy me food? But I never did. I didn't like asking nobody for money. But I hated, yeah. So I hated seeing them like knowing like you could possibly buy me a meal, but you finna go buy weed, smoke, and then go buy yourself a meal.
Change the whole perspective.
Man, what? So, I had a bad trip. We was in Baytown and we were in the woods. And it was 4th of July. As a matter of fact, me and Christina was broken up at this time. It was probably a week before we got back together for good. Man, we smoking in the woods, bro. And I'm talking about I had a bad trip. I was like, I never had a trip like this in my life. Every time I smoked, I was good. It was never feeling like this. We sitting in the woods, it's pitch black, it's 4th of July. We had a bunch of alcohol, like a bunch of beer. We smoking out of a pipe. We sharing this pipe. And I hear one of my friends say something about smoking wet. In my head, you just gave me something that I didn't agree to smoke. I heard you say what, you know? And he didn't, bro, I'm asking him, I said, what'd you just say? And he stopped, he didn't even answer me. I was like, bro, what did you just say? Then he started talking to somebody else. So I started getting mad, bro. I'm like, you ain't finna sit up here and not tell me what you just said. So everybody started, hey, you need to calm down. Then I started feeling like I started seeing stuff in the dark. I'm like, yo, it's people in the woods, bro. I started tripping. I was one of them. I'm not lying, bro. I started tripping.
Bro, it's a gateway, bro. You start seeing past.
Yeah.
What you seeing now, you start seeing past there.
So one of my homeboys like, nah, we gotta get you out of here, bro. Cause I started flipping, bro. I was like, I heard him say this, and now I'm starting to see stuff. Maybe it's in my head, I don't know. So they took me out the woods, bro. That same night, we dropped off all of our, so it was like we was with a group of friends that we met that went to a rival school, right? We dropped all those friends off, and then we started going back to our houses. He was gonna drop us off. Tell me why a cop gets behind us, bro. And mind you, this is the same night I already tripped out, but I'm already sober up at this point.
Yeah.
This, my homeboy gets pulled over by the cops. We get pulled over, and he pulls him to this church. And I don't know if the cop was just doing this because we was in the church, but he was like, all right, the reason why I pulled you over is because your left taillight is out, but I smell like y'all got some, y'all smell bad. So I'm gonna ask everybody, jump out the car. When I tell you what, well, first he took my homeboy, and then he took my homeboy to the car. My homeboy was the owner of the truck. He took him out the driver's seat to go talk to him. And then my other homeboy was like, man, I gotta hide this weed, because he told us to all put our hands on the seat. So he started moving around, and all of a sudden you see this big light just flash in the window. And then he was like, everybody, no, stop moving. And he was like, you can get yourself shot, son. Everybody get out the truck. We were like, no. Bro, I was only 19, bro. I'm like, that's it. I'm gonna have a record, possession. But he was like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take blame. I'm not gonna get y'all in trouble for this. But he went through the truck, bro. We had so much alcohol in there that we didn't even touch open yet. We had like all kind of beer and stuff that we was finna drink and stuff and smoke in the woods. Then he found the thing of weed. He was like, oh, some weed. Where's that little guy that was moving? My little homeboy, he gave it to him. He's like, do me a favor, man, go to that drain and pour it out. It's like, yes, sir, pour it out. Do me a favor, crack open all 20 some of them beers and go ahead and pour all of them out. We was like, yes, sir, whatever you want to do. We started pouring stuff out, and he made us put all this stuff into a trash bag, and he took the trash bag. He's like, all right, y'all have a safe night. Nigga, let us go. Nothing.
He was teaching y'all a lesson.
What? To this day, it was July 4th of 2019.
Teaching y'all a lesson.
2013. What? So ever since then, bro, I stopped.
That was the warning from God.
Man, what?
That's what that was.
It was so much bad happened that night, bro. And then shortly after that, me and Christina got back together.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Change you just like that.
Yep.
He would, he's like, you know what? I'm about to scare you right now.
Yeah.
Put you in a bad situation, tight spot. You like, it's over.
Yeah, I gotta go explain this. Like, I gotta go to work Monday. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was like a Friday we did that. I said, man, I gotta go to work Monday and I ain't gonna show up because I'm be in jail. Like, I'm too.
telling you, bro.
So
That's how it is. Yeah, it's a blessing.
It is, bro.
He trying to keep you on the path. That's how you know he calling you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know.
And then my kids too, they don't like when I drink. Even if it's something little, they just be like, "You're not supposed to be drinking grown up." They call it grown up drink. You're not supposed to be drinking grown up drink. Man, I'm having a glass. Let your daddy have a glass. Damn. But
you need that for?
Yeah, they know how it makes you. Cause I told them like, don't. I'm kind of like that hypocrite. Don't ever drink. But I'm gonna have.
Here
myself.
You are. Nah, you gotta set the example.
But they know. They'll like. Did you have a glass? Did you have two? All right, that's enough. All right, cool. Whatever you say. End of the day, like I don't want my kids to see me. Yeah. One, I don't like the feeling. Two, I don't want them to see that anyways. Cause I don't even be remembering. I blacked out so many times, bro. For what?
Yeah, bro.
It's like you think back. It's like for what?
For what?
Acting like a YN.
You was.
I was
the original.
Yeah.
You was.
But I wasn't that bad. No YNs.
Nah, not compared to how they are now.
Nah.
No.
But yeah, they look up to me, so I gotta make sure that I'm keeping myself straight on a good path.
Kid, that's it. Kids get to the age, they looking at that like superhero.
Yep. Get ready for it too, but it's a good feeling, bro. It's not like damn. It's more like I can't wait to do this. Yeah.
No, it's a all right. Somebody looking. I gotta be right.
Yeah.
I gotta stay sharp.
Yeah. I want to tell him some of my stories, and I want him to be better than that.
Exactly.
I mean, my dad did. I remember my daddy told me some stories. And I'm happy that I'm in a better. At the end of the day, I'm in a better position than he was. Not where I want to be, but maybe he did his job, bro.
Yeah. Well, my dad, I didn't have a good relationship growing up. Unfortunately, we good now.
Oh yeah,
we're great now. Back then, because my mom and him were like, it was weird. Like it didn't bother me that they were separate. It just bothered me how he acted. Any kid, you looking at your dad like superhero, but like I'm like, dang, why he acting like that?
Yeah.
Like. So me growing up, it was opposite. I was like, I want to do everything in my power not to be like it. And the crazy thing was, because God was just leading me, that's the fact that he's like, no, I'm gonna make you better than him. He didn't put me on any other path that he went on. So once I learned his stories and stuff like that, he's like, I don't want y'all to walk this path. I'm like, man, I didn't, and I wasn't.
Sometimes you gotta see the polar opposite to be different too, bro. Like, I have to see that I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
To not be that.
Because I believe in family cursing. I'm like, boy, I had to deal with a lot.
Yeah.
Because you ain't break them.
Yeah. I believe in that too, bro. I believe in generational curses. Well, not, family curses. And
they carry, bro.
They do, and I feel like I'm the one to break it. That's what I like about myself.
Exactly.
I feel like
that's what you set up for.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you set up for.
I'm the one to break it because somebody in this family and had another one of his own.
Yeah.
That's respect. A lot of people ain't gonna do. A lot of men not gonna do that, bro. Not walk into a lady who already got 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? So I give a lot of respect to my daddy, and then for him to not only walk into a family and do that, but to put all of us in the sport and put all of us into something that we ended up falling in love with. Right. Yeah. Right. He was like, well, 1, 2, he was just like, I wasn't lazy when I was little. I'll be damned, I have 5 men in my house and y'all ain't doing nothing. So y'all all gonna do something. And he put us in football, and it just kind of carried on. We stuck with it. Now I'm teaching my son.
Yeah, that's respect.
Yeah.
Nah, you need the male figure in your life. And I had it, bro, at all.
And that's hard because you got to step up and be one. If you're not,
I didn't know how to get girls. I didn't know how to talk to girls because I didn't know, bro. I did not have no male figure. Like, hey, bro, I had to figure everything. It was like I had the most unfair advantage. So that's why I'm like, when I see it. Everybody else, I'm like, I relate. Like, I understand y'all. Yeah. But I think that's just, again, God makes some stories. So it's like now, because now even with music, like, there's people, certain people hit me up still like, man, your music changed my life for real.
Dang.
I have certain people, they'll tell me that. And I'm like, dang, I don't even know. I don't know, because I'm just telling my story.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, bro, like, this helped me through this. This helped me through depression. They be telling me, be different people. So I'm like, dog, I was the nerdy kid, watched anime, couldn't get girls. They were not messing with me.
Yeah.
But it was funny, because that was up until 6th grade. 7th grade came, and it was like a click in my head, and I'm like, because that was when I was watching Chris Brown a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't know why I relate to this man, because I'm animated. I be having energy.
Yeah.
And then I'm like how we talking right now? Like, this is, when not having a male figure, it make it 10 times harder. You gotta work 10 times harder.
But whenever you do whenever you do get that, you way better. Because you literally learned it without nobody giving you a layout.
No handouts, bro. No
blueprints, bro.
No blueprint, nothing, bro.
It was like, you either gotta learn this or you're gonna die. Like, that's the way it really is.
Look at this too, right? I wasn't close to my dad's family. I had brothers, but we weren't close. I didn't grow up with them. Mm-hmm. So everything I asked God for, he gave me. I was like, man, like, I just want a family, because all I grew up with was my mom, my sister. That was all I knew. So I'm like, man, you know, I'm like, I ain't got no grandma. None of that, bro. Nothing. I'm not close to none of them. I have a grandma on my dad's side, not close to her. None of that. So I'm like, bro, you know, I want a family, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I want my own brothers. God was like, here, gave me my friends. That's literally my family. He gave me my friend. We went through thick and thin. That gave me them. And then I was like, you know, like I just see it now. My godparents, those are basically like my grandparents who I didn't have.
Yeah.
He just put everybody in place.
Yeah. He didn't give them to you directly.
Exactly.
But he gave them to you in a way that you.
Yeah. And then I was like, man, I wish I had an older brother, but instead he reversed it. All my friends are younger than me. He made me the
big brother.
He's like, you got to set the example.
And I was gonna say that it's probably like that too, because since you didn't have a father figure. Now you ended up becoming a leader by nature.
Exactly, because you didn't have what he was doing the whole time. That when I look back, I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But you don't know. You don't know
when it's happening while it's happening,
no,
bro.
You don't know none of it. You just sitting there like, bro, what is this happening to me for? What's going on?
And sometimes, like, I feel like too, like, because remember, God working for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. And he putting you in those positions, not knowing. Now it's up to these people that, like, from their point of view. It's up to me to listen to this dude now and either go where he's going, or I'm gonna mess this up and I'm gonna become a mess up in my life. Mm-hmm. And he's also working in their favor too, but they don't see it at the same time. And it just depends how bad do they want it. Now you the leader of the friends that he put you, in the group. And then now it's up to them to be like, let me take Jama'Kai advice. And he let him be big brother.
And that's what ends up happening too.
Yeah,
literally, my homie, that's my brother, man. All of them, my brother. He was like, and this is why it's good to have certain people around you, even when you're in like a dark spot.
Yeah.
Cause I remember I was in the dark spot. He's like, and he didn't even know. He didn't know I was in the dark spot. He's just like, man, if it's one thing with you, dog, like, you always gonna figure it out. He's like, Jama'Kai always, like, he telling me things I'm doing. I'm like, dang, I didn't even know he watching like that.
Yeah.
And he had to remind me of who I'm like, dang, I ain't even know you. I really ain't know you watching like that. Made me like, all right, cool. Let me stay on that path. Because I think the hardest thing is when you are older and you learning. And I always learned things before them. Always. I always took the fire before them. Always learned.
Yeah.
But it was so I could come back and be like, hey, don't go this way.
Yeah.
This ain't the way.
That's how it is.
This way. But when you telling them these things, it's like when we're talking with Cynthia, when you telling these things, it's like you sound like you talking a foreign language.
Yeah.
They don't know what you talking about.
Cause they gotta experience it. At the end of the day, you could tell somebody so much, bro. They don't.
It's funny because later on in life, they doing the exact things that I told them. Like, hey, bro, don't do this, don't do that. And they're like, yeah, I remember you told me that.
And now you sitting there like, I told you so, bro.
Told y'all didn't want to listen to me back then.
Yeah.
Look at y'all now.
But sometimes you need to be like that, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta let somebody hit their head on the wall, let them know that it hurts. But like that's like, I think that also goes with being a father, being a parent or a parent.
Ahead, bro.
Let me tell you as much as I could tell you before it happens, because I'm gonna tell you, I've been there, done that. I've truly been there, done that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, like that's why, like, when there's people like young-minded, like Cynthia, somebody, or my kids who I get an opportunity to talk to, I try my best to instill it. Like, please, I've been told this, but it's true. I'm telling you now, do not mess this up. You got. If I can go back to 18, 19, whatever, she about to be 19. If I can go back to 19 years old, I would. I would do it 10 times.
Y'all got a way better advantage now,
man,
too.
What?
Way better. Way better.
And it's harder too. I mean, it's different because, like, okay, so if you can come back to 19, why don't you just start now? Well, I put myself in a hole. I'm trying to prevent you from putting yourself in a hole. Like, it's easier to explain now. It's easier for you because I'm trying to tell you, like, I had to go through it, and then I dug myself a hole. I know what to do to not get in the hole. I'm already in the hole now. I got to dig myself out. You don't got a hole.
In the hole.
You take what I'm saying now and go up. Yeah, run with it. Yeah. Don't put yourself in the hole and then try to get out, because that's what I did to myself. And I'm learning. I learned the hard way, and I know everything I need to do to get myself out the hole now. But that's why I say I wish if I was 18, knowing what I know now, I would never dug myself that hole. But unfortunately, you got to dig that hole in order to climb out. climb up. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't regret nothing that happened to me, bro.
Nah,
I regret nothing.
without those things, you wouldn't have known what you know
Yeah.
now. So
Or you wouldn't have been who you are now anyways. That means life would have been easy for you and you wouldn't know how to react to bad situations. That's the way I see it. Like I've been
teach you.
poor, bro. I've been poor, terrible credit, but I could have easily gave up.
something in you ain't let you give up.
Yeah, something.
That should quit. That right there should tell you something.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I give up?
No.
What kept me going?
And you don't even know what kept you going, so you think back and be like, damn, what did keep me going? And do you think about the situation and be like, oh, it was that. Dang, I ain't even think of that, but it was that. Like, bro, I done got evicted so many times out of apartments, bro. Moving out in the middle of the night, bro. I'm talking about, I've been through it, bro.
Yeah.
But nothing like on the streets type stuff. I can happily say I ain't never done nothing like that. But yeah, bro, I've been through it, and I know how to steer my kids in a direction so they don't have to do that. So I'm happy I dug, in a sense, I think God made me dig my hole so I can teach my kids how to not.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's for. That's exactly what it's for.
Yeah. I need you to do this, man. It's not for you. It's not always about you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's the word, and that's the key right there. If you just say it's
not always about you, bro.
It's not always about your feelings.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
It's really not. The ones who out here and they went against their feelings, and they up here doing what they have to. It's discipline. Honestly, it's willpower.
It is.
Honestly, that's really you instill that willpower, trust and believe.
Oh yeah.
Keep going. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I'm happy too. I always talk to my girl about that too. Like, we gotta appreciate the time that we've been poor, because there's gonna be a time that whenever we go and actually get it, we go buy the house or we go on a vacation or something, we really gonna be like, dang, it's gonna feel that much better because we didn't get it that easy. It always gonna. It's like whenever you saved up money when you was younger to buy like a pair of shoes or whatever, you wanted something real bad and you finally bought it and you like, damn, I can't believe I finally got this.
It's here now. Like,
yeah.
I'm a little weird. Like, I don't know how to put it, but like I be excited to get it, and then because I don't get it for so long, and then when I finally get it, I don't be as excited.
Yeah, but it's because
I don't know why. It was crazy. I'm like, what's going on?
I think it's because we don't realize, which is a good trait that I think all entrepreneurs should have, is that you actually fall in love with the process. You don't even care about the result. I think that's what it is, bro. Bro, I listened to this audio, and I'm sure you've heard it, bro. I posted it one time in my story. It was Inky Johnson? Mm-hmm. His whole like right side of his body is like doesn't work. Well, his legs work, but not
paralyzed.
He's paralyzed. Yeah. He talks about how like he thought he was destined to play football until he got hurt. Mm-hmm. Now he's making, he's very successful, and it's not even through football. And he was
pivot.
He was a predicted top 10 draft.
Yeah.
In the NFL. And he was poor his whole life. Yeah. So his whole life he was poor. He goes to college and he plays football. Ends up getting hurt to ruin his life. What got him up to being that successful was falling in love with the process, not the result. But if you think about it, bro, you can't get to anywhere without the process. So I think that's what it is.
Maybe that is what it is.
It's a good thing though. You fall in love with the process so much that I don't even care for the result, bro. I did it. Like I'm loving this. Like, you can't make a sandwich without making it. You can't eat a sandwich without making it. So you gotta fall in love with the fact that I'm about to make a delicious sandwich. There's gonna be some work to get put into this sandwich.
Maybe that really is what it is.
That's what I'm saying. I know what you mean. Like, you finally get something you like.
I don't care.
I don't care
bro.
for
like,
it no more.
Like, even the music. I'll drop an album like, yes, don't get me wrong, like I want it to reach as much people as it does. I'd be more happy that it's done.
Yeah.
I'm more happy that I completed it.
Yeah.
And I don't even care about the rest.
And then you think about the work you did and it's like, damn, I feel good about that, bro.
Like, I be having fun creating, doing the whole process. I'm like, cool. Now we gotta promote it. And then I'm like, that's not even the fun part to me.
I already did the fun part.
That's not the fun part to me. That's the, like, don't get me wrong, I love all of it. Like, I love the business. I like music. I love all of it. I love the business aspect and I love the creative process. But I'd rather have a team who do all that.
Yeah. But you like the process of doing, like,
I never thought about it like that really now until you just said that.
Yeah, bro. You gotta fall in love with, and that's the same thing with people who comes to, like, I know you see it all the time. How many times you go on a girl or a dude post time for me to get back into the gym? You always see that. Time to get back. You see that every day, damn near. Like, I see it all the time. I gotta come back. I get back to it. I'm back in the gym after 6-7 months off. Like, I got to get back to it. The problem is that people go and they follow all these influencers and stuff, and you see the body that you want, and you think you gonna get that. But if you don't love the process, bro, you are never gonna get that body. That hurt, bro. It hurts. Working out does not feel good.
I love it though.
I love it. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit weird.
It's a
weird psychological thing.
It hurts.
It hurts.
But it's like when I do push-ups, I get that pump. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And it hurts though. But like, I don't know if you saw the video that I posted on my Instagram when I was doing a workout. The dude came up to me. He was like, "Man, I hear you over here talking to yourself." I do that all the time. Even in our workout at where we just went to Rise.
Yeah.
Even over there, I was talking to myself. But that's how I work out.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I do that because I have to look for pain, bro. Like, if it don't hurt, I'm doing something wrong.
See, and this is how you know when you really when you really in there. I ain't gonna lie. If I don't feel sore after, I feel like I ain't
doing nothing. You know what's crazy?
You're not supposed to, but I'm like, I don't feel sore the next day. I don't feel like I did. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we gotta go harder next time.
Yeah.
Raise the weight.
Raise the weight. Squeeze it longer, bro. Like,
something,
bro. This needs to burn.
And that's weird. It's weird. I'm like, I'm chasing for my muscle to be sore.
That's how it is, bro.
If life was easy, everybody would be rich.
Exactly.
That's literally what it is.
It's true. It's 100% true. And it's all because they don't fall in love with the process. Everybody sees the end result, but they don't pay attention to the path. How you gonna look at the finish line, bro? You can't even run the race. I don't get that.
And then a lot of millionaires say this too. They're like, once you start making money, it's easy.
Yeah.
You already got it, bro. It's easy now.
It's all consistency.
You literally, you'll make money out of thin air.
Literally.
Like, seriously, that jet, yeah, I can buy that and flip that right now. Oh, this, I can just start doing it, bro.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't need to learn stocks here. I'll hire this person. He gonna
do it for me, bro.
What do I? It's easy now.
Yeah.
So it's like, now I gotta look for something else to do because this ain't challenging. That's crazy.
It is,
That's
bro.
That's really what it is.
That's why I say, like, you need money to make money, but it's true because if I had money, you can just hire somebody to do the thing that you don't even have to learn to do that no more, bro. No. Why do I it's like having a cameraman. I don't need to learn how to record nobody. Let me just pay this dude to do it for me. He's gonna make me the money anyway. I'm gonna make it back.
It's not really about the money. Your time, you have more time. You can spend more time with your family. You can take care of your family.
That's what it is. It's the freedom.
That worry is not there. It's a peace of mind. That's for me. That's what it is. It's not about money.
Yeah,
that's not real.
It's supposed to be money's supposed to be a byproduct. It's just like being healthy. What people don't realize is like, man, I want to look big and swell. First of all, bodybuilding is pretty unhealthy, bro. It's not healthy.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. You can hurt yourself real quick if you don't do something.
Yeah, you gonna mess up your insides, bro. Like, your organs need to work out too and stuff. Like, they don't realize you need to take care of everything. But whenever people go and they say they want these bodies, one, you gotta do something extreme to get a body like that. Two, your main focus shouldn't be just your body. You gotta be healthy, bro. Mm-hmm. Your body is a byproduct. Your body is a byproduct of being healthy.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you take care of your body, it's like the same thing with making money.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be thinking about the money, bro. Think about the stuff that the money,
exactly.
The freedom.
Exactly.
Money's just a byproduct. You're gonna get the money, bro. Do what you love.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's a byproduct. And I'm teaching my son the same thing, bro.
It's never been about that. It's a misconception.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand. I'm gonna go chase a bag, bro. If you're chasing a bag, you're gonna be chasing for the rest. You should never be chasing anything.
That's what all start here.
Yeah, I'm not a bag chaser, bro. Yeah.
I don't need to chase. The bag gonna come to you, bro. When you have an abundant mindset,
yeah,
best believe it's gonna come.
I read that's in Rich Dad Poor Dad too.
Yeah.
I'm not chasing money, bro. For what?
When you really start like getting involved, like with these guys, like it's kind of all the same thing, bro. They all start. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, they might say it differently, but it's all the same.
It's all the same thing.
It really is your mind, bro.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini. If you crying in a Lamborghini, bro, then you gonna kill yourself anyway. It's like having a Lamborghini is nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in a bad. I'm trying to say it as nice as possible, but it's true. Why am I crying in a Lamborghini? I got all this money. That should go to show you that no matter how much work I did to go chase this bag, I'm still sad.
That's everybody want to ask how'd you get this, bro? How'd you? They don't never ask you. What'd you go through to get it?
Yeah, what did you go through to get this?
What did you go through to actually get all this, bro? What did you do to heal, bro? Because I know you went through some stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. It's like genuinely. Because I'm like I meet a singer right now. Like when I met Chris Sales, I'm like, I didn't ask him, hey, bro, how did you? How do you? I didn't ask him those questions, bro. I was like, so what was it like when you were in your apartment, grinding it out every day? Like, what kept you? That's the questions I'm asking.
Yeah,
I'm getting in his mind.
Yeah,
I want to know those things.
Know what you? Yeah, how did you handle yourself in this situation instead of like, so how do I get that, bro? No, bro, you don't. Because if I tell you how I got this, you're not gonna do it.
You're not gonna hold it, bro.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hold it.
And it's not meant for you to hold at the end of the day anyway.
The question that give people stomachs like, if I give you $1 million right now, what you gonna do with it?
Everybody says the same thing because it's a cancer they think that everybody wants to hear. I would invest it. Bro, you don't even know what that means, bro.
Okay, what are you gonna invest in?
What are you gonna invest? Yeah, exactly. What are you gonna invest it in? Well, I've been thinking about.
I'll get some real estate and.
You don't even know. So tell me what real estate you know what I'm saying? Like.
And you know what it is? When you tell people, it's two different conversations. You're talking about making money. They're talking about spending money.
Yeah.
It's two different conversations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my money here. You're spending. You're not making. You're spending.
Yeah, you're spending.
It's a two different conversations.
That's the rich dad poor dad thing,
yeah.
Bro. And I always go back to that because that's one book I do feel like everybody should read. I'm not gonna tell everybody.
It's a big start to start.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of books that tell everybody to read it. And I was talking to Andrew on the way to Rise, and he was like, man, you don't got to read all those books. I know you heard of them. What's it called? Dale Carnegie. Mm-hmm. And what's that name of that damn book that they be telling everybody to read? What's it called? You know what I'm talking about.
There's a lot, bro.
Think and Grow Rich.
Oh. Okay.
Bro,
I haven't read that one.
That's a generalized book though. Like I learned that. I was like, that's a book that they tell everybody to read, bro. That's for whenever you already kind of rich.